All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Tammy Trayer. I'm with Trayer Wilderness, and I am so glad to have you guys joining me. I have got such amazing things to share with you guys today. It has been a wild ride. Bear with me here because I like to share this live feed on our Facebook page, and that way everybody else can join in from there. How are you guys? What is going on in your neck of the woods? Where are you joining me from? And how are our current events affecting your life? Share that with me because it's good to know. And also I'd like to know, how can we be praying for you? This is a crazy time and many people are affected in varying ways, and we can hold each other up through these times and be a support to one another. So if you need prayer, ask, please. And I will be with you in just a second. Here we go. All right. So now Facebook can join in. Okay, that is sent. There we go. All right. So how are you guys today? Let me see if there's any comments. All right, we've got Miss Jill and Miss Tammy joining me. I'd like you to all say some prayers for Miss Tammy's and her family. Whoa, I've got a big dog trying to lay down and taking out the tripod. All right. Yeah, so please pray for Tammy and her family right now, specifically her husband. Just lift them today. And like I said, if any of you need prayer, please don't hesitate to ask here. We've got a fabulous group of faithful people, and we would love to have, to be able to lift you and welcome you to our community. I see somebody who I haven't seen in a while, and I'm excited. Good morning, Miss Diana. Good morning. I keep forgetting that you're doing this on YT. I was waiting for a notification on Facebook. Sorry. It is so much nicer on here. Thank you, YouTube, for your live, because it is so much kinder. Facebook was just really getting bad, and now I think that the whole world is on it. Things are crashing. Our internet has been squirrely from time to time. And quite honestly, guys, I am staying far away from Facebook right now. There's too much garbage. And right now, quite honestly, guys, we are in a whirlwind. It is a good one, though. I can't wait to share all this stuff with you guys. Okay, so last time I was live, it was Friday morning last week, and we were supposed to close. Well, we officially closed on Good Friday. How awesome is that? So this house is actually sold. Good morning, Miss Shelley. But you see me sitting here. Not only were we blessed with the sale of our home, we are blessed with the opportunity to caretake it till the owner can get here. So it is a fabulous, fabulous opportunity for us. I am running through the house, packing like a wild woman, the things that are left to be packed. I am helping the mountain man. We have been laying out the property up at our new place. We were blessed with the opportunity for a backhoe. Ours is out in the yard in pieces, and Mr. Chad will be helping us with that from Vandal Services very soon. But in the meantime, he's up there with the backhoe, and the property, if you guys watched my Mountain Woman radio that I did, and I posted it on YouTube on Sunday, you saw glimpses of our property. And it looks nothing like that now. It looks like there were mines that went off all over the property. All the stumps have been uprooted, driveways going in, areas getting cleared for our storage containers, and things are getting leveled for our new home. And we did have to put on the brakes, actually. We got funding from the closing of our house on Monday, and praise God that we've been able to pay off, and we are progressing on paying off our medical debt and debt that got us in this place. And it was as a result of my life-saving surgery in 2016. But it's been an ongoing journey of a financial struggles. So to be able to pay all that stuff off is such a freeing feeling. But at the same time, it looks like the funding that we have is on fire. And it's a little scary in some ways because that money needs to stretch really far. So we've actually put the brakes on our plans and totally did a 180. And we are building our guest cabin and living in that until we can regroup more funds to keep us from going into debt, because we don't want to go into debt. We don't want any loans. We are paying all cash. So we will now be living in a 16 by 18 movable cabin. We are going to build it where we intended to build the house and where we will build our house, but it's going to be on runners, and that way we can relocate it on the property once we are able to build our 20 by 24 home. But this will also give us lots of opportunities to get a feel for tiny. And we may decide to just stay in it and build another guest cabin. I don't know. But it's been, and this has all transpired since Thursday. So it has just been this wild, wild ride, and it's been really amazing. We are still taking time for ourselves. We are enjoying meals together. We are getting out for hikes as well and enjoying our time together. The mountain boy has got the fever now. He was out. We were all out looking at the land and at the dead timber on our property. And we're looking up. He's looking down. He found a pair of really nice antlers that had just recently fallen off the deer, and he got the fever, so he was out the next day by himself and found a winter kill, which was also a fantastic sized buck. So what we will be doing is updating you guys on our Instagram feed, and I'm going to start doing some things on our website. So I want to just share this with you guys so you know what to look for, because things are moving at such a fast pace. I got to get something in place, and I got to be able to keep up with it. And thankfully, God shared with me this morning a really clear idea on a really good way I can do that. Besides short videos that we're going to start sharing, I'm also going to do like a daily journal on our website, and it will be something that it'll be one blog post. And each day I'm just going to add to it. So as you get into it, you can work your way down if you're just getting in, and go and scroll to the bottom and read up, and you'll know exactly what's going on and see pictures and see progress. And you'll also have our YouTube channel to check out regularly with our progress, because I knew it would happen fast, but it's really happening fast. And we will also have some downtime and other projects that we're going to have to work on. They're calling for rain next week, so things will get shifted and we'll be doing things a little different. But I am excited, and I am excited to share this with you guys because, you know, we're going through hard times. And the reason I did the Mountain Woman Radio on Sunday was to share our good news and to share the hope with you all, because, you know, right now, this situation we're in might be really new to a lot of you, and it's scary, and it's unpredictable, and there's a lot of unknowns, and there's a lot that we can't control, right? Well, there's a bunch of us too that have, good morning, Miss Kelly. There is a bunch of us that have gone through these things. The last 4 years, we've walked out something very similar as what you guys are in right now. We were forced to social distance because we didn't have money for fuel to go anywhere. We were in places where we couldn't afford toilet paper. It was available, but we couldn't afford it. So it was just as if it weren't there. So I'm gonna share my walk with you guys, the raw, the nitty gritty, and I've been sharing it for the last 4 years, but we're gonna do little bite-sized chunks on Mountain Woman Radio. This Friday, it's going to be talking about dealing with the uncontrollable. And, you know, I know there's people that are joining me right now that are very familiar with this situation that we're in. And it is our lifestyles, too, many of us that are here. are a lifestyle of simplicity, a lifestyle of self-reliance, a lifestyle of preparedness. So this is really not having an effect on many of us, but then there is also the population that it is. The other thing that we need to keep in mind too is, you know, I shared with you recently that we were cooped up for like a week inside because of rain and snow and all kinds of ugly weather. And we were getting cabin fever because we have a lot of things that we can be doing. We want to be outside. Plus, we were spoiled by some nice weather. So it's easy to get depressed. It's easy to get our thoughts into a negative place. It's easy to focus on the struggles. It's easy to not know what to do with your time because you have so much of it. And, you know, for so long, you may have lost your creativity. So I want to encourage you guys to get all that back, and to put it all together, and to not lose sight of the hope and the joy and the happiness and the blessings that are around you. How many of you watched my Mountain Woman radio that I did on Sunday in regard to Happy Easter and that there is still hope? At the end of that video, now you guys have heard me talk about my 7 eagle experience. I finished recording that video, and no sooner than I finished recording that video, that eagle appeared. And that was recorded basically simultaneously, just with a small break in the middle. The other day also, the mountain man and I were out talking on the property, and we were sitting there and we were hashing things out and going through things. And I kid you not, no 20, 30 yards in front of us in the sky at eye view, a golden and a bald eagle flew in front of us and just were flitting around right in front of us as if it was just Tweety birds or robins. God is showing us very clearly that we are walking out his will. We are experiencing his blessings. And what we are doing in an extreme way is seeking him. And I will share more of that with you. I see there's lots of comments and I'm excited. So we got Miss Courtney joining in. We got Miss Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see here. Shelley says, I could live in a small home, but I'm thinking an outside kitchen would make things so much easier. Well, actually, the way it will be laid out in our home, I am excited. My kitchen will be very similar in size to what I have right now. Laid out kind of similar in that it's going to go across the back wall and come down the side. And then we will have our cook stove. And then our living room. So it's kind of funny, but when people come into our home now, this is 30 by 36 with a loft and rooms upstairs. People come in, they either migrate to our dining room table or they come to the couch or our chair. And we focus around the wood stove. Our cook stove may have a glass front on it. We're not sure yet. And that will be our heat source for our home. And we again will have our couch, a love seat, because a couch won't fit, and a chair by the wood stove for comfortable seating. And our dining room table is going to be sitting in a big bay window, a 3-foot by 5-foot window at the front of the house, overlooking our tremendous view. So although it might be small, it's going to be very cozy, very homey, very welcoming, and the same thing's going to happen. And the beautiful thing is my kitchen is the cause of our fellowship oftentimes because it's just a given. There's always abundance of food in our home, regardless of our circumstances, that we are sitting and fellowshipping around food, bread, desserts, whatever it may be, a meal. And the same is going to be true in our new home. And I'm excited. It's going to be small, but the way it's going to be laid out is going to just be so perfect. I am personally just so excited. We will have storage and a shop, and the storage is where everything is going to go. The house is going to be very simply laid out. And to me, that is like it makes me giddy because I hate clutter. I absolutely hate clutter. So good morning, Miss Robin. No worries that you are late. You're welcome always. Let me see here. Welcome, Courtney is watching too, so I am glad to hear that. I got to reach out to you, Courtney. I have another question for you today. So that is what's going on in our home. Now, Shelley, you did say about an outdoor kitchen. that is in the works. We have a lot of things in on our to-do list, on our dream list. They won't all happen right away, but we will have a small butcher shop, an outdoor canning kitchen that will also be an outdoor kitchen. We will have a probably potentially a reefer unit that will enable us to freeze our meat in the winter during hunting season, because oftentimes it is too warm in the beginning of our hunting season. And that will also enable us to not have to worry about a meat pole and meat being outside. But these are all things on the list. And right now we are working with the funds we have. We are building what we can with those funds, getting ourselves under roof, and then going from there. We are simple people. We could live in a building that has 4 walls and a roof and be completely content and completely happy. And that may be the circumstances. I don't know. We're just going to have to see how this all works itself out, and how our current nation's circumstances play a role in all these things. We don't know. Right now it's too wet to get storage containers in place and stone in place. So although I'm packing a lot of things, I don't have necessarily a lot of place to go with them. So it's all going to be in God's timing, and we here at Trail Wilderness are very accustomed to waiting on God. And there is great joy and great benefits on doing such. Now, there's been more communication here. Let me see. Diana's having problems posting. She would like to ask for a prayer request. You know what? I saw her post in another format here with me. So I'm going to look at that. Thank you, Shelley. And Diana, sorry about that. I'm not sure why you're having struggles. Okay, let me just pause for a second. Guys, share with me your needs. Share with me what you're experiencing. Share with me your prayer requests. Share with me what you're doing right now and how you are utilizing your time while I read this. Wow. Okay. So Diana asked for prayer, and you know what? I'm going to ask for prayer for us too, because we've been experiencing something very similar. And then we'll talk about prayer as well, which is something that I intended to touch on. And I have a very limited amount of time today. The Mountain Boy and I have a project, so I can't stay on as long as normal, but I'm going to try to squeeze it all in. Okay, so Diana woke up not feeling well and got really sick. And she feels better now, but she's extremely tired. So please pray for her. And in addition to that, as we move on, I want to mention things to you guys. We've talked about spiritual warfare before. And the Mountain Boy started out with a lot of GI issues, was really not feeling good. And I had that too, but it had passed, and that was a couple weeks back. Well, this week I got so sick and so nauseated, and just my stomach has been an extreme mess. And I know that we're going through a lot of change. So the anxiety and just the excitement of it all could play a role too. But I've also had a headache to go along with it. And we are really in tune, or try to be in tune, with what's going on around us, because we've experienced spiritual warfare before in our home. And I've mentioned to you guys really good books on that. And at the moment, I just totally went blank. Peretti is one of the authors. And man, I can't think of the other one right now. But it is really clear right now that the enemy is going to seek all of us in a very big way. We are confined to our homes. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of craziness going on. There's families tight together now that are normally not tight together. The enemy is going to see opportunities to just cause tension and nitpicking. And what I want you guys to do is pay attention to that. Pay attention to your health, your home. When there is discord and there is friction and there is fear and there is worry, when you have anything of this negative nature starting to form, that is not from God. And although it could be from, your emotions, your moods, your all that, but the enemy will find loopholes. He will find little ways. And then he sits on your shoulder and he whispers in your ear. And he does cause health issues. He does cause depression issues. He does cause all of that. And I want to ask you guys a question, because this is what we did yesterday. How many of you pray over your family, over your home, and even over your property? I know some of you do. We walked our property up to our property yesterday, and we stood where we are going to build our home, and we prayed over our property. We prayed over our circumstances. We prayed over our money. We prayed over each other. We prayed for a spring on our property. And some of you may not be believers that are joining me, and you may think that that sounds really hokey, or that there's not, what's the point? But guys, we have prayed for the last 4 years for God to deliver us from this circumstance we are in, and find the perfect person and the perfect setup for us to be able to sell this and be able to build something. Could we have asked for anything better? Could we have received anything better than what we have? We have prayed specific prayers. We have prayed over our home. We have prayed over our bodies for healing. We have prayed over each other to give us a hedge of protection. And God has answered every one of our prayers. I am a walking testament from being flat on my back to being healed and strong and getting stronger and going to be able to help build our home. We are going to be milling so much lumber and building a log cabin, which is going to be a lot of work, and I am just so excited for it. But the thing I'm getting at, guys, is you've seen the growth in our family. You've seen what's been happening in our family. It isn't just by coincidence. It is by great efforts of prayer, and many of you have been praying for us, and those prayers have been answered. Those prayers have been felt. We have walked this out in a peaceful, joyful, happy way because of our perspective and our trust and our faith in God, as well as our obedience. Don't shortchange those things. Please don't shortchange those things. And if I can give you any guidance whatsoever during these uncertain times, pray. Pray, trust, be strong, and be obedient. And have great faith, because he does answer prayers. He will carry us through this, and he does answer the promises in his word, and he is true to those promises, and he does answer prayer. So please pray for Diana. She is having some struggles, and the enemy could be very well keeping her from being able to post right here to share those with us, because when we have good things to share, when we have testimonies to share, when we have needs to share, he will fight. You guys have seen that with a lot of my videos. I've tried to go live to share some stuff with you guys, and I couldn't at times. It's not a surprise to me sometimes. When I have something really wholesome and really powerful to share and I am stopped from doing it, I know where that's coming from, because I know it needs to be shared. I know many need to hear it, and he's blocking my efforts. So please do not disengage from the power of prayer. Okay, so awesome. Robin has been walking, and Shelly or Diana, I have the other app open. If you have more to say, just post it in here, and I will be looking at both. So we'll keep you in the loop. Robin has been increasing in her walking. Robin, what was your starting steps when all this hit. I know you've increased to like 6,000, I think, but I think you started at 2,000 at. So share that, because she's using her time wisely, and that's something we can all be doing right now, is strengthening our health. That's really important right now. Let's see here. She says walking a day, piano, knitting, losing weight, awesome, and down to pre-diabetes range, awesome as well. Prayers for anxiety, depression with world virus stuff, much more time in prayer and reading. Awesome. Yes, you know, and that's the thing. I've been reading the Bible. It's crazy. When this all started, I was able to read my Bible and really spend a lot of time in it. And now things are just ramping up fast. And I'm really pulling back into that. I don't want to lose that. That is something that has to be a part of my day. Kelly and Courtney are saying we are using our time to get garden prepped and ready to plant. And we've been blessed with healthy goat kids. Yeah. Kelly has been sharing her kid pics, and they are just amazing. We used to have goats, and same type of goat, the Nubians, and it brings joy to my heart. So I'm excited for you guys. And God is blessing them with snow today, which will get their pastures going. Awesome. Diana says, lots of praying and in the word more. Awesome. I'm glad to see you can post. So good. Yes, exactly. You know, I really feel like God has been feeding me, you know, through the devotionals I'm reading, and you guys see that a lot with what I share. But in his word, and we listen to the Unashamed podcast, and they've really ramped that up, and they've been doing 3 or 4 a week. And they've been working out of John for quite a while now. And I just like surrounding myself with nourishing things, podcasts, videos, music. And today the boy and I will have the opportunity to do that, spend time in singing and listening to different things as we are working on our project. So I really, really gain from that. It just is very uplifting to me, and it puts me in a really good place, not to mention being outdoors. That just, that's one of the biggest reasons I'm excited for our build and what's going on, is just the being outside and being renewed. Shelley says we are having a beautiful sunny day, working on getting our pantry done more, moving a built-in closet to the pantry today, and going to paint a dresser for there also. Awesome. I love projects. Projects are fulfilling and wholesome and just make you, they give you gratification, and it's just a good time. We need to feel that right now. We need to feel like we're being productive. We need to sink back into what gives us joy and what gives us purpose, and maybe revamp what we're doing in life, because I think many are finding that what they were doing was not fulfilling. Yes, so Diana says, yeah, I was able to post. Keep posting, sister. All right, and Kelly says she's praying for Diana. Yes, Robin says she started out at 2,000 steps before all this, and now she's doing 6 to 8. And she said her dog, in a previous message to me, her dog Peaches is loving that. So, and so are ours. Austin's been taking his dog out while he's looking for sheds. I've been taking Mrs. Copperhead with me on individual ventures to give them some loving, and the old blue healer was on the backhoe with the man yesterday for a little while, and that was something that they would do a lot before. So it's just neat. We're nurturing each other. We've been playing a lot of games. My game happens to be Yahtzee. The mountain boy is kicking our butts in 13. We try to do that at night when we shut the power off. As I said, we've been having battery issues, so we're working on replacing those too. And I think God was preparing us, because moving into our new home, we are not going to have solar right away. We are going to have minimal power in different avenues. I'm going to have a power bank that will enable me to have the internet and my laptop going to keep me working and writing. We will probably do some DC lighting, and the generator is accessible to us, so that may be our means to do wash, but I need to find a new washing machine. So it's all, it's all coming together, but I think God is always preparing us, moving us through trials and journeys and different things that we walk through to prepare us for the future. That may mean that things might be crazy or moving ahead. It may also mean that we are just being built in our faith to seek his word more, to pray more, to seek him, to have a stronger relationship with him. One of the things we need to learn to pray for is wisdom, knowledge, strength, courage, greater faith. Whatever you feel you are lacking, you need to pray. You need to pray for it. You need to communicate with him. He knows what your needs are. He knows where you're lacking. He wants you to communicate that with him. He wants you to realize where you need strengthened. Through reading his word, sometimes you will read things that have no bearing and make no sense in your day. And you're like, I don't get why I'm reading this. It has no bearing. I don't get what he's trying to tell me. 3 days down the road, 2 days down the road, a week down the road, you're going to be like, oh, wow. That's why he directed me to that passage. That was why. And through our walk, we are able to be a light to others, even in times like now where we are social distancing. We've been doing that for forever, but we are able to be a light by how we are reacting, what we are sharing. You know, many of us are now sharing more on Facebook or Instagram or social media. Are you all right? Okay. I just checking. I heard you coming in and you're supposed to be on the backhoe, so my first...
Raining pretty good.
Okay, I thought our windows are pretty dirty. I need to clean them. So it looked like it was spritzing.
It's not spritzing.
It's raining good, huh? So did you make it look more like a bomb is going off?
Not really.
No? No? Okay.
Ooh.
So, anyway, disruption, but we're back. I'm back. We're going to do this. So, progress. Now we have rain. You know, so you shuffle. You learn to shuffle, just like we're learning to shuffle with the coronavirus and everything else that's going on. You know, you learn to adapt and overcome. Our weapon for that is God's word and prayer. And prayer is really important. And like I said, I encourage you guys to pray over your family, pray over your home, pray over your property. You know, bring God into every aspect of your life. If you want God in your life, that's one really bold step you can take to bring him into every aspect of your life. You know, we even pray over our animals. Our old healer, I think he's really in tune and very sensitive, and he picks up on everything. He picks up on when I'm not feeling well. I mean, he picks up on when I get bit by a fire ant. The other day we were up at the property and I got bit by a fire ant, and he came over and he licked the exact spot. Like, he's always in tune with us, and he gets disheveled as a result of that because of his age. So we pray over him. We also utilize lavender, but prayer helps more than the lavender. So I want to read this to you. It resonated to me, and I think that it may speak to you guys too. There was also another one I wanted to read, but it's on my phone and not on my iPad. But 2 Peter 1:3, everything we need. Peter writes, his divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life. Living life the fullest requires 3 things. 1, a little extra. This is the extreme mile principle Jesus taught in Matthew 5:41. And it calls for 2 things. A, extra effort. Life coach and author Art Williams said, you beat 50% of the people by working hard. The other 40% by being a person of honesty and integrity and standing for something. And the last 10% is going to be your dogfight. If you want to win, make up your mind to always do a little extra. You see us doing that. That is what we strive for. And be extra time. Though your vision linger, wait for it, and it will certainly come to pass. And that's Habakkuk 2:3. And, you know, guys, you've seen that. You've seen us wait on God's timing. But God does provide everything we need when we need it. You saw him provide for our every need. It has been beyond amazing. So then, Goodson Rushmore Memorial to America's, Goodson Berglund, the sculptor who created the Mount Rushmore Memorial to America's presidents, was asked if he considered his work to be perfect, and he replied, "Not today. The nose of President Washington is an inch too long. It's better that way, though. It will erode and be exactly right in 10,000 years. 2, your best effort. Andrew Carnegie said, "There's no use trying to help people who won't help themselves. You can't push anyone up a ladder unless he or she is first willing to climb it." So true. You have to put your best effort forth in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Stanley, you missed your cue. I love that man. All right, 3, the right mentor. Paul writes, "Pattern your lives after mine." That's Philippians 3:17. Good mentors lead by example. They know that to be followed, they must first be respected. They know whether you learn visually or verbally. They know whether you need a pat on the back or a kick in the seat. If you have such a mentor, you're blessed. If not, ask God to send one into your life today. I hope and pray that each week when I'm on here with you, I can be that in some way for you. A mentor, because we have walked out, and like I said in my Mountain Woman radio the other day, I hate to use the word expert because we're always learning. Everybody's always learning. Even if you do consider yourself an expert, you're still going to continue to learn if you're keeping your eyes open and you're willing to really better yourself. But we are well versed, is the terminology I like to use. We are well versed in walking out hard times. And we are also well versed in how God can use us and grow us and work in us. And as a result of that, that's what I want to be able to share and use with you guys as an encouraging step and an encouraging fellowshipping and community time with you each week. There is so many good things available to us right now. There are opportunities available to us right now. It just depends how we are living life. If we have blinders on and we're scared and we're worried, we're not going to see all those amazing opportunities. We're not going to see God's blessings. We're not going to step out of the hole we put ourselves in. But when you see opportunities and look for opportunities and look for goodness in your life, I am seeing hearts everywhere. We are seeing eagles everywhere. Just some funny things. I'm packing up my closet. I had a pair of coveralls.
That's scary.
Listen, you. How did you find that cue? But you missed the other one. But anyway, I'm packing up my closet, and he's right, it is scary. Even though I downsized it, I'm looking forward to my new home where I will have 7 outfits in my dresser, and that's it. And if I want to expand on that, I can go out to my tote in the shed and switch it up. But anyway, I was doing my closet, and there was a pair of coveralls in there that had a heart-shaped piece of lint on it. The other night, I was making elk roast. It was Saturday night because I was getting it ready for Easter Sunday, and I opened the package of meat wrapped in paper, and it was all bloody, but when I opened it up, there was one section that was dry, and it was a perfect heart. I'm seeing hearts everywhere. God is showing me his blessings. God is loving up on us in great ways. God is blessing us with backhoes when we were supposed to get a track hoe. Just so many good things. And they're there in your life too. It's just so many people focus on the wrong things, and they're not seeking. Wow, it's really windy. They're not seeking their joy and their happiness from the right places. Material things will never give us the fulfillment we need. We need to seek God and pray. All right, so either there's no more comments coming in, or let's see, or there's a problem. But anyway, just checking to make sure. I need to jump off of here soon, so I would love to hear some of the things you guys might have to add. How do you find your peace and joy in this time? How do you communicate with God? Do you pray over your family, over your home? Do you seek God in the good, the bad, and the ugly? This is our day-to-day. This is what it's like all day long, every day. It's just, you got to make fun out of life, you know? We only get one trip round, and we need to make it good. So you're going to see us working hard. There's going to be sweat, blood, and tears. But it's going to be so gratifying, and it'll be so much fun sharing it with you guys. There will be a lot to learn. My mountain man has a mind like nobody I've ever met. Our home is going to be built from his head. He's putting it on paper so that we have prints for our permitting, but he does everything he does from his head, and his mind is amazing. And to be able to share that, and to share how it works, and to share his ingenuity, because there will be a lot of that in our new home, in an effort to, you can do two things with stairs in a home. You can either have stairs, have storage underneath it, or you can uniquely design stairs so that they disappear and are out of the way. And I'm saying stairs, not a ladder. So you will see that as one of our ingenious inventions for the home. And there'll be a lot of other things that are going on there, because we are stepping back in time. We are pulling, we've been off the grid for a decade. We are staying off the grid, and we are utilizing different aspects of traditional living to enable us to have water running in our home, and possibly even power. Just depending how we do things, and so many aspects. Our cooking, and there are two people on here right now, Kelly and Tammy, that cook on old wood cook stoves. So stepping back in time is just such a wholesome thing for me, and I'm just very excited. So guys, I'm going to say a prayer so that you guys can head back to your day and I can get on with my projects. But I'm glad you guys take time to join me here. I hope that you are gaining encouragement and inspiration and seeing blessings and being inspired by what's happening in our lives, because truthfully, what we have and what we are experiencing is nothing short of miracles, but those miracles are available to you too. He doesn't just bless us and not bless you. He will. You just need to seek him, and you need to be in communication with him and ask. He wants you to ask. Just because it's in your head and it's a dream and it's an idea, if you don't ask, it's no different than anything in life. If you don't speak up and ask, you won't even know if they're going to say no. So you need to communicate. So I'm going to say a prayer. Papa, I just thank you for this time that you grant us every week to have fellowship together. I thank you for these amazing and beautiful people that are in our lives, and for all those new people that are joining us and that will be part of our lives too. I just ask that you be with everyone all over the globe and just help them in this situation. Heal those that are sick. Heal those with broken hearts, for those that have lost family members. Be with those that are struggling during these times, whether it's depression or financially or with food or lack. Just be with them and bless them. Give them great peace more than ever, and just strengthen them and love on them. And just give us all the courage and strength we need to keep moving forward day to day. Keep us moving forward. So many get stuck and end up heading backwards, and nothing good comes of it. And I just ask that you give everybody the deep desire to have a relationship with you, to pray and to seek you, and to find healing and blessing and truth in your words and direction. And I just ask that you help people during this time to find their real purpose in this world. So often we're chasing money and and dreams of other people's and following the paths that we felt we were supposed to follow and not necessarily following your will and the dreams that we may personally have. Give them the courage to do that now. There's nothing stopping them from making such decisions now. Just help them and guide them and direct them. Help them to grow strong as a family as they are in these tight quarters. So many, this is unusual and not normal circumstances. Allow them to find great comfort and joy in their family and a strength in their family that will become, unbreakable and strong and just an amazing bond. What we have in you, I just want to share with others, and what we've found in you, I want other people to have. So just wrap your loving arms around everyone today and fulfill their needs, give them joy and happiness, and just let them feel your presence. And thank you for all you are doing in our lives and everyone's. And just be with all those on our prayer list and help them. Be with Kim's daughter and just help her as well. And Diana today, and JJ, and just be with everyone, and just thank you so much for all that you're going to do and the plans you have for us and your timing. We love you and ask all this in your holy and precious name of Jesus. Amen. Guys, I just want to do something real quick here before I jump off. While I was praying, another person came to mind, and I had requested prayer for them last week, and I saw messages being commented on the message that I had been tagged in for prayer, and I feel I might have missed something, and if I did, it's something that needs to be shared with everybody. So bear with me a second here. Awesome. Okay. I do need to share this. I asked you guys for prayer for a friend last week whose daughter had gone in for an ultrasound, and they didn't find a heartbeat, and they said it could have been either that she was too early on in her pregnancy, but that didn't seem right based on everything else they were figuring, or that the baby was in distress or had already died. That was the information they gave her last week. And they left her with that and said, we'll see you next Wednesday for an ultrasound. So, we can all imagine the devastating feeling that left behind. Well, today they are celebrating. They did have the ultrasound. There is a heartbeat, and grandbaby number 6 is coming from my girlfriend, Kim. God is good. God is so good. God answers prayers. God is present. It is amazing. Amazing. Don't you look scared? You're walking it out with me, and you see it too, and you get emotional on occasion too.
It's when you.
I know. Was that what you were making the scary look at? Wasn't it me?
No. Anyway, the reason I came over here to say hi too, but I have a prayer request. My cousin
Yes, thank you.
went to the doctor. Well, she had went to the doctor, and then she went to the ER. She's having some trouble with her eye. They're saying it's not, something in there isn't working.
They're not working together, both eyes.
There's some, and she was having some severe pain.
That's why she went to the ER,
Yeah.
which was a joke. Our medical
But
system is a joke, but that's
anyways,
beyond the
if you
point.
could pray for her, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, she also plays piano at a
Wow.
extreme level. She has played.
She's a twin, and her and her sister have played all over the United States. I think they even went to a couple other countries and played. They went to some prestigious school for music that
They're amazing.
that
In New
you
York.
have to no. That was in Indiana, I think, that you have to be accepted into. It's not a school that you just apply to and just go. You have to be accepted. So they're incredible piano players. So that could mess, with their, and they both now they teach piano at a college or something like that now. So
Yeah.
but yeah, with that eye, that could cause some problems with her playing and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yes, I think you get answers. Well, there's medication that they feel will help, but it takes 2 weeks to get the medication. And in between that 2-week period, she had extreme pain and ended up in the ER. And of course, all they offered was pain meds. So it's, anyway. But please pray for her and their family. Her father could also use prayer. Her father is a walking miracle of 10, 11 years at this point. With a very extreme cancer that should have taken him 11 years ago. So God is good, and he is an extreme Christian and expresses to everyone that is in shock that he's even in existence that it's all a result of the power of prayer, which it is. His doctors never understand how he continues to keep going. It's pretty amazing. So I need to jump off of here. Guys, I love you all, and I wish you a good week. And join me on Friday. I'm going to do my video, my Mountain Women Radio, where we will continue to do bite-sized chunks of how to make it through the hard times. So all of you stay safe, stay healthy, seek God, pray, and stay faithful. I love you all. God bless.